Everyone wants growth, the numbers, the recognition, but almost no one talks about the pressure that comes with being the person that others rely on when things get hard. The decisions made behind closed doors, the standards you refuse to lower, even when it would be easier. As a new year begins in North Jersey, this conversation goes where leadership actually lives, beyond the headlines into the mindset and moments that shape a brokerage and a culture and a legacy. Welcome to Living the North Jersey Lifestyle, where real estate meets real life. I'm Betti Russo, and today's episode is a special New Year conversation about leadership, mindset, and the vision behind a brokerage that has helped shape our local real estate community. Please welcome my guest, Ron Aiosa, broker of record at Keller Williams Prosperity.
Hello, hello.
Thank you, Ron, for joining me. Listen, before we get started, I just had to throw this in. We have known each other for many years.
Many.
And when I first met you, it was you and Bill. You were a team.
Yep.
Doing real estate. Like not what you're doing now, not at this level, but you were huge. You were like a great team, but it was just the two of you.
Yes.
And I'll never forget a time when you and Bill helped me with my first big listing that I had no idea what to do with because I was a fledgling. And I love to tell the story, long story short, that you helped me at a time where I had no idea what I was doing, did not expect anything from me. You were just there willing to help and give and share. And I never forgot that. And honestly, back then, I said, someday I need to be in their circle. I need to be on the inner circle because they're so amazing and I love them. And I followed you ever since then and, all the different things you were doing. I was a little annoyed when you opened up Prosperity because it wasn't the right timing for me. Yeah. But when the timing was right, I was there. It was a phone call and I'm like, I'm ready. I can't wait. And I'm so excited.
Well, we're excited too. And I remember that vividly. So I know exactly the moment you're talking about. Remember it well.
It was so much fun.
It was a blast.
It was.
It was a blast. You talk about timing. That's life. Life is all about timing. And so you say you wanted to be in our circle, in our world. We always wanted you in our world, for sure. Loved working together back then. But timing is everything for everybody, right? So
it sure is.
We're here now,
and everything works out.
Yes.
So I have to say that was a big goal achieved, getting to Keller Williams and getting to be around you all the time.
Awesome. Well, we're blessed to have you.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you. So take us back to the beginning, Ron. What first pulled you into real estate and what kept you there?
Great question. Don't know how much time we have. I got to give you a little bit of background just so you guys understand it.
I want it. I want to hear the background.
Okay. So I'm still a workaholic, right? I work all the time. I work too much. It is what it is, but that's my DNA. So it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Many moons ago, when I was 22, I bought a deli and catering business. Yeah. And so I had that, and I was running that. I had it for 8.5 years. Brought me to the brink of destruction, right? At home, at work. It was just a terrible, terrible time. I had multiple businesses at the same time running just to pay bills, never mind make money. So I would log about 110 hours a week every single week. You could only do that in your 20s.
That's insane.
Steadily.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. When I look back on it, I even say it's impossible. Mm-hmm. And then I start jotting down. I go, oh no, it was 100 to 110 hours. Wow. And I did that consistently. And again, that's what brought on destruction. So I finally, I came home one night and Lori, my wife, she says, wait till I tell you what little Ronnie said at the time, who you know my son so well. RP3 at the time was probably 4 or 5 years old. And Lori says, Daddy's going to be home tonight to tuck you in. And he looks at her and he goes, well, Daddy doesn't live here. And she goes, what do you mean Daddy doesn't live here? Oh, my God. He goes, yeah. He goes, he just sleeps here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was like a knife in the heart. And so she told me that. And the very next day, I called a realtor who I knew who came in the store. And I said, sell this. Sell my business.
Wow.
And I wanted to get out. When I eventually had established who the buyer was and I was leaving, I'm at the counter. One of my customers comes in and I told him I was leaving. And he says, well, what are you going to do? I said, don't know, don't care. It doesn't matter as long as I'm out of here. He says, why don't you come work for me? Sure. What do you do? He goes, I write mortgages. I said, okay. I don't know the first thing about them. I have one, but no problem.
I don't think I knew this part about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, okay, done deal. So I went to work for him. Still had 2 other things. I had a construction LLC, and I was working nights at Hackensack Hospital in the security department. So 3 to 11, 3 nights a week. Then I'd have my construction. And then I start learning mortgages, and I'm working for him during that time. Still, all that is much less than when I had the store. So in working for him, I was placed in a real estate office in Bloomingdale, which was right up the street from my store at the time. And I'll be honest, I looked around and I'm writing the mortgages for some of these people. And to be kind, I said, I could do this. I think I could do it better than what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I know what you might have been saying. Okay.
I'm being kind.
You're so kind.
So I said, I'm going to do this. Now, this is such a good part of the story. At the time, I said, I'm going to go do this. When I sold my store, I pretty much sold Bill with it. Right, because Bill worked for me.
That's right. So I was going to say, when does Bill come into the story?
He came in at 17 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a whole nother wonderful story. But so I go into the store and I said, hey, man, I said, we're going to go get our real estate license. Now, mind you, I'm 9 years older than Bill. So at the time, Bill was like 21 or 22, and I'm about 30, 31.
And you put a lot of confidence in such a young man at the time.
I'll tell you why I did. Can I tell you that? So here's the confidence that I gave him. He pulled into my store the first time with a brand new Audi, and he was a 17-year-old kid. Then he had a brand new Escalade that mommy bought him, right? And so Bill got whatever he wanted. That's truth. That's truth.
Yeah.
But, and this is where it hit me, but he's cleaning my toilets. So you can't teach that. So he doesn't have to do that. Right. What does he have to do that for? He's got a $100,000 pickup truck that his mother just bought him. Why would he clean my toilets?
He was willing to do the work.
That's who he was.
Yep.
And I knew it. I recognized it. And I told him that. So when I went in there, I said, we're going to go get our real estate license. Bill's response was, no, it's like summertime coming up. And, I'm going to be down the shore a lot.
Yes.
So I looked at him and I go, that's good. I didn't ask. And he just kind of looked at me, right? And I was dead serious.
You're like, I didn't ask. I
said,
told
we're
you
going
we're
to
doing
get our real estate
yeah.
license. And he kind of chuckled. And I said, I'll pick you up every day. Don't worry about it. And I would. And he still smelled like last night's party as a college kid, two different shoes on, right? Like,
oh my gosh, I can see it now.
And it was just so crazy because you look at who that guy is today. And he was a typical 21-year-old.
Of course.
Right? So we got our real estate license, and that's honestly what made me get into the business. I think there was 2 parts to your question. I think you might have said.
It was what made you stay.
Yeah.
What about the business or the people, and the people, I should say, made you stay?
If I could just be really, really honest.
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
And I just don't want to lie. I know a lot of people are like, they seem to think that's a dirty word. But here's the truth. As a young guy, married, super young, 22 years old, own business, within the same year, married and first kid.
Wow.
So I'm buried in all of this. Now I go from being 22 to now I have all of this responsibility. 2 years later, our daughter comes. In that time frame, I bought a house, completely gutted the home, renovated that, addition, everything. And that was all part of me, my hands, right? Like blood, sweat, tears doing it. Left the store, went there, got done at midnight, woke up at 3:50 a.m. every day. So I didn't have any money. And I'm working all these jobs. I said, this is crazy. And real estate showed me that you can earn a really good living, and that money was enough for me to say, I'm going to stay here. Now, over time, what really keeps you there is opportunity. It's opportunity to meet amazing people. It's opportunity to be in just really neat places and have a good time with it.
Yes.
And then where I am today, the opportunity to grow different businesses and come alongside great people like you. Like, that's what keeps you in it, right? If it was only money and that's it, then that would last for a period of time, and then I would have to turn the page.
It would get tiring, yeah.
100%.
But you know what? Money I have to agree with you. That's not a bad word. I mean, everyone's in business. Everyone works to make money. So why is that a bad word? You know,
I
it's
don't
not.
know. No, it's like a new thing, right?
I know, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I'm working. You're working. I'm working. Where we need to make money to survive. What is wrong with that? You know, that's the initial thing.
It is. You know my father, Pops, right? So Pops comes in the office. So my father's a blue collar man. He always has been his whole life, and he really. Him and my mother, they taught me how to work at a very, very young age, right? My mother would teach aerobics classes, and there would be a note on a table. And I was like 7, and it was, here's the ammonia, clean the kitchen floor, clean the bathrooms, 7. Like, and that's not a stretch. That's just the way it was. So they taught us how to work, which is awesome. The other thing my father always taught me was, I don't go to work to make friends. I go to work to make a living. I'll make friends anywhere.
Yes.
I said, okay, I get it. I get it. Now, I enjoy doing both. I would like to be able to go to work, make a good living, and make friends.
Yes, and you do.
And that's what real estate does for us.
Yes, exactly. The relationships that you make are just, I mean, there's nothing like it.
Nope.
You meet all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
From all different walks of life.
Yeah.
And it's just.
I
don't even know what to say.
No, that's it right there. And sometimes you literally change somebody's life. You change their life. It's a lot of fun. It's rewarding.
It is good.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. You can always tell when somebody loves what they do.
Definitely.
And I can definitely tell that with you.
And if you don't love what you do, change.
Exactly.
Please go find something else.
I agree. I agree. I'm not going anywhere.
That a girl, thank God.
Okay. So, Ron, as your role evolved from producing agent to broker of record, like how did that change how you define success?
It didn't.
Okay.
To be honest with you, right? So, you know at Keller Williams, we have the Y4C2Ts.
Yes.
Right? Like that's like our motto. We go through, win or no deal and so forth and so on. So one of them is success through others.
Yes.
So whether you're selling real estate or you're now where I am today as a broker, and you manage all of your agents and your team of staff members who are truly your team, the success doesn't change, the people do. So as an agent, my success is predicated on the people I served, who are the home buyers and home sellers. When you move into broker realm, your success is predicated on people like you. And what is it that I can do to help you get what you want, right?
Right.
Increase your business, help you with leverage, help you to understand what a business actually is, and know that you're not just a realtor, you're a business owner. You own your own business. So the idea of success defining itself differently, it's not necessarily different because it's still success through people.
Right.
The people just changed.
Okay.
We have clients. We have clientele. As a real estate agent working in the field, the clientele is the buyer or seller. As a broker, you've become my clientele.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yep.
So that's really it.
So you know what's interesting, and I just need to throw this in there. The way you define success now as a broker and about, relative to growing your people and enhancing, their careers, I've never heard that anywhere before at any other brokerage I've been at. And like every experience was great. Every experience leads to the next thing, I always say, right? But you actually are interested in seeing your people succeed. I mean, it makes total sense because we have to succeed for your brokerage to succeed, right? But just to hear you say that.
It's also personal. You fail, I fail, right? It's very difficult for me because I'm a different individual and I know it. Meaning, you're supposed to be the tough Italian guy from New Jersey, but I cry at commercials. It could be a commercial about macaroni and cheese. If it hits me, it hits me.
Oh my goodness.
So it's really bad. And so unfortunately, I can't turn it off at all. So I tell stories. My wife looks at me. She goes, "Are you crying again?" I'm like, I just, it's impossible to turn it off. So it comes out in me when I'm working with people. So here's this story is we had an agent that was going to leave and go to a different brokerage. I went to this agent's home. I met with this agent, met with their family, everything. Got done. And I really thought it was a great meeting. Came home and said to my wife, I think we're good. We should be all right.
Okay.
Next morning, I got a call, and they said, thank you so much, but I'm going to leave. And I'm like, okay, hey, listen, full respect, my door's open. We did everything that we could to speak about it. And, I hope you really do well.
Right.
End of the story. I keep saying this agent. It's a woman. I'm not going to use the name. So she is so much easier than saying this agent.
Yes.
So she called. We released her license on a Friday, and she called me on Sunday, and she said, "Is it too late to come back?" Oh, yeah, it's too late to come back.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was incredible. There's more, right? So where she was going, they were going to write her a check, which we see more and more in this industry.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the checks are not backed by true money, if you will, right? Those checks are baseless. There's nothing behind them.
Mm-hmm.
They get you to go, they put on these shackles, and then there's nothing else.
And then you're tied into a contract.
A long-term
Yes.
contract. Mm-hmm. So she called me and she said, "Can I come back?" I said, of course it's not too late. I said, "What made you change your mind?" And she said, where I was going to go, all that person did was speak poorly about you, meaning me. She goes, "You never did that once."
No.
Never once.
Terrible.
I said, "Of course I didn't do that once. Like I'm sorry that person spoke about me that way." Mm-hmm. Side note, never met the person.
Oh,
who's
my
talking
goodness.
poorly
Did
about
you even
me.
know the person?
Never in the wouldn't know if I tripped over the individual.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
yeah.
but that's
not
okay.
a good first impression.
And so look what happened.
Yeah.
So then this girl, she comes back. Now, mind you, she was getting a check. She goes, "And one more thing, you don't have to give me any money." So I'm like, whoa, this is incredible, right? You don't have to go through any of this. Like, this really means a lot. So I said, this is a newer agent. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people say if you're in this position where I'm sitting currently, you're supposed to leverage your time where you go, right?
You mean give more time to the more seasoned agents
You have
versus,
people,
right?
Yes, right? And that doesn't mean you don't pay attention to. It just means that you have people in place for each category.
Correct.
I told her, I said, "I'm coaching you." I said, "You're coming in just because of what you just said. I'm coaching you." I said, "First month is once a week. Next month is every other. And then third month is once a month." I go, "And we're getting together and I'm putting together a business plan for you." It has been the most incredible blessing to be able to pour into this person and watch how she's receiving it. It's absolutely incredible. So success through others, what I speak to you on that, that's action. So you could say it all day long, but if you don't put those words into action, they're meaningless.
And you definitely do. I mean, we see it. We see it all the time.
Good.
You're always there. And I love how lately you're getting so very involved in the ALC because it gives us, your ALC agents, the opportunity to work closely with you on a different level than we have been so far. Yeah. So it's very exciting.
It gives me the same opportunity because I don't get to do that with you guys usually. Mm-hmm. So as we go through this leadership shift, right? It's forcing me into that position, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do too.
Thank
so
you.
While we're on that, and we didn't talk about this before, but people don't know what ALC means.
Yep.
And well, I can answer that. I'm going to
ahead.
ask you to do it.
Yeah, Agent Leadership Council. So the ALC, Gary Keller, who is the founder of Keller Williams, he basically lost his whole company. Essentially, that's what happened. And when they were all walking out the door earlier on in his career, a few stayed back. And it was then that profit share was created because he said, "What do I have to do to not lose any more people?" And the people who remained said, "Well, what makes you think we're not leaving? Like we're just here to hear you out."
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. So those people said, we work so hard, we think we want to share in some of those profits. Hence, profit share was created. He then said, "Okay, these are the leaders of my company. I need a liaison. I can't watch my company grow and be able to touch everybody. You can't. When your company grows to a certain size, it is absolutely impossible."
Yeah.
So you need liaisons. So the Agent Leadership Council is typically made up of the top 20% of that market center, that Keller Williams office, and they're the voice. They're the voice of the people, and they're the leaders of the office. They are truly, truly the leaders. When you look at leadership and you have team leaders and assistant team leaders and our market center administrators and directors of agent search, you have all those positions. We all look at those as leadership. But the ALC is the agent leadership. So those are the people that come back and say, "Hey, I don't like the way this looks. I really want to make a change. And it's a unified group. It's so incredibly powerful. And now there's an international ALC.
There is.
Oh, yeah. So they can go all the way up the food chain and go right to Gary Keller about here's what we see on all levels. It's awesome.
That's amazing. And then his business took off again, apparently.
Largest real estate company in the world.
It's
God
amazing.
bless him.
It's so funny because before I came to Keller Williams, I just knew that it was a big, big real estate company. But I think someone even said to me when prior to me coming over that, like, if you go to Keller Williams, you're a number. Oh. And I was like, because there's so many great agents there. And I have to say, I feel nothing like a number there. I feel like
preach it.
Maybe number one, and all of my peers are also number one. I mean, I don't feel like a number there. So that's just a ridiculous statement.
It is. It's
just
terrible.
The best place to be on earth.
More people just need to come and see, right?
Yeah.
So you hear what you hear on the outside, but then you come and you witness something completely different.
100%.
Yeah, you're so far from a number. I think the other thing that makes KW so awesome is, we're a capping model, which means every single year you have the ability to earn 100%. Mm-hmm. You know what that does? That gets rid of egos. So you can't walk in and say, well, I sold $100 million worth of real estate, so I'm better. Nope, we're all the same.
And you know what? There's no room for egos at our brokerage.
No,
I mean,
no.
And nobody walks around with egos. I mean,
we share everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great environment.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Glad to hear it.
So, yeah, of course. So I'm going to ask you for another story.
Okay.
So if you want to share. So think back, like, was there ever a time where you had to make a decision that was heavy? I'm sure you did. And you weren't sure how the outcome was going to turn out. Like, what did that teach you about yourself as a leader and how you handled it?
Okay.
You don't have to tell me the story, but
Sure.
just like the outcome for you.
Yeah. I think when you're in business for yourself and you have an organization that grows, with it comes hard conversations. It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. So the things that become heavy are things that you don't want to do, conversations you don't necessarily want to have.
Right.
Sometimes it can hurt somebody else. That's not the intention behind it. However, hard conversations are very, very necessary. Mm-hmm. Typically, you come out of it with growth.
Yes.
Right? You tell me something I didn't necessarily see in myself, and at least now I can address it. Mm-hmm. So I've had situations in ownership as a broker and as this company has grown where in some situations we had to walk people out the door. And in many brokerages, they won't do that because they look at them as a dollar sign.
And they just keep them around, you know, another number.
Another number.
Another
Literal
agent
number.
in the office.
Yeah. But if that agent is causing crazy disruption, then it's better to walk them out the door and not worry about the money that it comes with and salvage the culture that you're in. Now, you can't always do that because sometimes there's other circumstances, and that's where things get really difficult when you have layers.
Like if you do this, then this might happen, kind of thing.
Or this happened because that happened, and now you're peeling onions, right? You're just going layer by layer. So things like that become really difficult. So I've encountered that multiple times, whether it was true employees of the company and then independent contractors and agents. So what you find is that you grow as a leader through those hard conversations. Again, like you said, not to use the story itself, let's use an example as a realtor.
Okay.
You walk into a home and you've never done this before, and you wish it was COVID so you had a mask on because it smells so bad.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
yes.
We've all been there, right?
Yes.
If you've never had the hard conversation before, it is virtually impossible to have it. So you don't have the hard conversation with the owner of the home. You then begin showing the home, and all the feedback is the same, but you don't have the hard conversation. You can't get it across to them. And then you reduce the house, and then you reduce the house, and then the house doesn't sell, and then Betti Russo comes in and she lists the house, and suddenly it doesn't smell like God knows what,
Right.
and it sells immediately for more money. So the agent who didn't have the hard conversation lost out entirely. Now, when you have those hard conversations, it's so difficult for the first one. It's
Right.
also so empowering.
It is.
Right? So
it is.
And you get better and better at it.
Well, it's also like the conversation about pricing. Like
Exactly.
a seller wants to list their house at this price, but it's not going to sell at that price because nothing in the neighborhood of the kind has sold for that price.
Right.
But you don't want to have that conversation with them because you're afraid, that they won't want to use you. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you're going to price your home over and beyond what is reasonable, I kind of don't want to list it because it makes me look bad as an agent, and it's going to cause a conflict between me and the seller. And who wants to deal with that? So it's the same thing.
Very
and
much.
it's so scary when you are a new agent and you have to have that conversation or the commission conversation.
Right.
And
Exactly.
everyone knows that commissions are negotiable, but it's still a hard conversation to have.
Sure. So you have to understand your value. So when you move into ownership and leadership, those conversations are very similar. The audience changes
Right.
just a touch.
Right.
So I will tell you too, though, over time, whether it's those conversations or my conversations as broker, they become easier and easier, and we become better and better at conveying the message we're looking to convey. So I don't want to say your house sucks. It's not worth $900,000.
Yeah.
Inside, that's exactly what's screaming in my gut. But I know I can't say that. So I have to get that point across where I'm not saying that. So over time, I might start off and fumble. Well, I'd really love to get you 900, but I'm concerned about your cracks and you're stumbling. Where eventually you get to the point where I would simply listen, Betti, I want nothing more than to sell your house for $900,000. And I want you to understand something, that if you are willing to spend about $100,000 in renovations, I could get you $900,000. Is that something you might be willing to do?
And I bet the answer is no.
Of course not, right? And we know that. Say, okay, so listen, I want that for you. But in order for me to get there, these are the things that we would have to do. So if we're not willing to do those things, then we have to move over to a different price tag. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. So you get to have those conversations, and they become smoother and smoother, and you become more and more sincere. It just gets easier.
Right. And confidence plays a role in there too. But as you're in the business longer, and even as you evolve into different roles, the confidence is building and building and building. So you're able to do it. Yeah. So Keller Williams Prosperity, and we have to say prosperity and integrity, right?
Sure. Yep.
Because all of the brokerages are independently owned. So we're talking about Prosperity is known for its culture. What are the non-negotiables, that the standards, the values that guide how you run the brokerage?
So we have our vision statement on our wall. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like a baseline, right? So we embrace a positive, fulfilling, collaborative agent community that adheres to the highest ethical standard. So it's kind of simple when you look at it that way. And so what we do is we always ask our agents, what is positive? What is fulfilling? What is collaborative? What do all those things mean to you? Mm-hmm. And then the highest ethical standard is, it's not what the written standard is. It's what it looks like. And so if you break that down a little bit further, again, you always use examples because they make it easier to understand things. Let's look at the most recent past, what our market's been like. Crazy, bidding wars, everything.
Insane.
One of the things that Bill and I have implemented in our team, and I try to coach everybody else to do the same. If, let's just say I have a listing at 123 Main Street and it's $500,000 and I have 100 showings on the weekend and I'm getting multiple bids. If I know I have an offer coming in from any member of my team, when I set out the instructions for best and final, I put right on there, we are expecting offers from our team. Do not send me your offer. All offers are to go to the managing broker, and in this case, that's Kieran. Mm-hmm. My offers, my team, they have to send their offers to Kieran.
Okay.
So the reason you do that is because you can't possibly be any more transparent than that. It's time-stamped. I didn't look at your offer, then change mine. Nope. It's all right there. So I could say to you, again, highest ethical standard, what is it written as? Well, I could say that I'm not going to look at your offer. I could say that I don't know if I have an offer coming in yet. But do we really know? But by pushing it off that way and sending it to a managing broker, it's a guarantee. You and I, we're all on the same playing field.
Right.
So what's crazy is I'll get questions with that. They're like, all right, so Ron, what do you think? Like, am I going to be close? I'm thinking of coming in at 600. I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
How many offers do you have? I have no idea.
I know.
I'm not taking them. They're going to the managing broker.
So even if you do know, and I know in your case you don't, but like I've had that situation where people are asking me like questions about the other offers. I'm always like, I'm not sharing anything with you. Stop asking. Like, I get it, but no, it's not happening. But I love that because, well, you have a big team.
Yeah.
So you have the systems in place to handle that. And then what happens when all the offers are to be presented to the seller?
Spreadsheet.
Okay.
We take the offers, we put them in a spreadsheet, we redact the agent name, the agency, and all of their contact information. And then we send the spreadsheet to the seller.
Got it.
And so the seller now has a spreadsheet with offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through whatever they are. It has what the purchase price is, what their down payment is, what their mortgage amount is. If there's a mortgage, is it cash? If it's a mortgage, is it conventional? Is it VA? Is it FHA? Whatever the case is. And then there's a note section. And the note section is filled with their additional provisions.
Okay.
Hey, I'm waiving my appraisal. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Okay.
But that's not delivered by you.
I'll deliver that.
Okay.
But it's a piece of cake because
and you haven't seen anything.
They don't know which one's mine.
Yep.
And I don't tell them.
I love that.
Here's my offer.
Yeah.
Right. Here's your offers, plural. Which one do you want? It's really easy.
Yeah.
And then when you're in that situation, I just feel like everything gets so easy. Does it really matter whose offer they take? Does it?
No, what matters is getting the best offer for your client, who is the seller.
That's it.
Regardless of who the buyer is or who the buyer's agent is.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, don't take this the wrong way. I go, I don't care. I don't care who gets the offer.
Right.
I could have 10 of them from my team.
Right.
I don't care. I signed a contract with the seller. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So you talk about non-negotiables.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah.
Right there. It doesn't matter.
Sure. It's nice if one of your team members represents the buyer, yay.
Sure.
But it's not about that.
No, if not, next. Let's go get him another one. Mm-hmm. This one wasn't it.
Yep.
You did what you had to do. But yeah, so when you talk non-negotiables, me and Bill, when we opened up the office, I didn't win this battle. I wanted to have a super soaker on the wall that said no drama, and that if you were bringing drama in, I could soak you.
There's no drama. Do we have drama?
We
I've never seen any drama.
We don't. We're pretty good at it, but that was like a non-negotiable for me. I'm like, no. So I tell people all the time, it's okay to have a bad day, not here.
Right.
So if something's going on, go downstairs 2 flights. Go into your car, scream at the top of your lungs, and then come back in.
Yeah.
That's it.
That
works. But in
works.
here, none of that can be in here.
And everyone follows your lead there. So far, so good. The day I see you with a super soaker in at the market center, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I have to ask you this. This is kind of fun. I know where this is going to go. During high pressure or uncertain times, and never mind even that, just on a regular day-to-day basis, like what are the mindset shifts that you have? And what are some activities that you do to stay grounded?
I love this. So where's it going to go then? If you said you know where it's going to go, where's it going?
You tell me.
Okay. So I like routines for sure. I'm an early riser. So I like to get up early in the morning, dark out, and start my day. And it's typically always the same. And if it's the dead of the winter, I walk outside. I have a balcony door off my master bathroom, and I walk out into the balcony. I have shorts on, nothing else.
I'm giggling because that's what I was going to say.
So I'm not jumping into that thing just yet. But I walk out there and I just take that cold air, and it just gets you up right away. So I just walk. It doesn't matter what the temperature is at all. It could be windy and 10 below. Walk outside, let it hit me, wake my body up, come inside, splash my face with cold water, brush my teeth, go downstairs. It's the same routine every single day.
Maybe while your wife is like snuggled up under the covers.
Yeah, I'm getting the shh from her, right?
Yes.
So then I go downstairs. I prepare my drinks, right? I have a pre-workout shake and then a drink that I drink while I'm working out with all my supplements in it. And I begin my workout. And I'm in my workout and I'm listening to something, whatever's good. I might scroll for different videos or that are encouraging or whatever. And then when I get done, I come upstairs, put my bathing suit on, my diver socks, and I go take a cold plunge, which is awesome.
And you video it too.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but I look at you like, this man is crazy. You actually are getting into an ice bath.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Outside, I mean, there's chunks of ice in there sometimes, right?
Yesterday, it was so thick. And I felt bad because as I was chopping it with a sledgehammer, it's echoing off the house, and it was early.
And you're waking people up.
I know, and I felt so bad. But yeah.
But you actually get in very quickly.
Yeah, you have to.
And I mean, I can see the pain. But I just don't know how you do that. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, neither could I in the beginning, but I knew that it had great health benefits. What I didn't know is that besides like reduction in inflammation and things of that nature, what it did, it also increases, it accelerates brown fat, which is what you want because then that's what's burning the bad fat in your body.
Yeah.
And my sharpness is incredible. I come out of there and I'm just firing on all cylinders.
So I wonder what causes that to happen.
I think it's like a fight or flight type mode.
Okay.
Because your body goes into that survival mode. And there's a rush of blood through the body. So typically, if you think about an injury and you ice it, the concept of that is that all the blood is going away from that. And the second you remove the ice, all the blood is rushing back to it for healing properties.
Okay.
Same thing is occurring in your body. I'm telling you, I try to tell people all the time. Mind you, let me be very clear. I'm not a cold weather guy at all. I ended up today in this seat right now because I was in construction and I hated the cold. And I was in a building in the Bronx and it was 0 degrees out, 10 below in. I literally looked up. I go, what am I doing? I hate this.
But meanwhile, you walk outside on your deck first thing in the morning in the freezing colds.
And it's amazing because it just does something to you. And now I'm completely adjusted, right? Like to me, it's warm out. I don't have a jacket. I walk out like this. I feel amazing with it. So when you talk about mindset shifts and practices and what you have to do, I think routines are so good.
That morning routine.
My morning routine is like, don't get in the way. It's happening.
Right.
And then I will try to feed my brain with tons and tons of positivity.
And you do that as well on your video while you're in the ice bath. You usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, you always have like a positive message that you share in the morning. Yeah,
I love to pour, to give back. I love to pour in to other people. Mm-hmm. Love it. And so if I see something or hear something, I'll throw my twist on it. If I'm feeling something, I want to share it and get it out there and try to always have it be a really positive, real message. I don't want fluff. Keep your pom-poms.
I don't like
right?
fluff.
I want the real
no
deal.
Fluff.
Yep. So I'm gonna give that real deal. I'm also like when it comes to like your mindset and you're in the middle of like high pressure and stuff, you really have to make sure that you're a grounded individual. And not everybody does or shares or believes the same things. I'm a very strong person of faith. Mm-hmm. That's such a massive part of my life. So much to the point now you start marrying that with my crying issue. And so then if I'm scrolling and I catch, I don't know, you ever watch The Chosen?
I have not because of that reason.
It's brutal. I'm downstairs with weights working out and I'm crying. Right. I'm like, all right, next, get to the next video. But I bring that up because that's truly where my heart is. And it gives me such an incredible foundation. It helps me in all cases remain empathetic towards people, exude sympathy. And I think those are key characteristics if you're going to be in leadership.
100%.
So
100%.
Yeah.
So as we head into 2026, Ron, what shifts are shaping how you think about leadership? What is expected to come in 2026? with the market, and also, of course, the kind of legacy that you're most focused on building at Keller Williams. I know that's a multiple.
Yeah, we'll cut that up.
So it's kind of like as we head into 2026, all of these things that come into play.
Sure.
Like, how does that shift your focus?
So first and foremost, like we said earlier, I'm spending an incredible amount of time because we're in the middle of a leadership shift, a change in a position that has been so incredibly well filled. And so until I find that right person, all of my energy is there, all of it. So I'm spending an incredible amount of time in that seat, fine-tuning processes that exist inside of our market center so that we can get to the next level. What is the next level? So I created our GPS for the market center. So for those who don't know, a GPS is a roadmap in business, goals, priorities, and strategies. You have one goal, you have 3 priorities, and you have 3 to 5 strategies per priority. So that's our GPS. So in 2026, I have a achievable goal and a stretch goal. I want to grow the market center by net 50 agents, which is bigger than most brokerages, right? So I want to grow by net 50, stretch goal net 100.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
In 1 year. And honestly, I'm pretty confident we're going to do it.
Okay.
Because we're just putting everything, all kinds of energy into it. In doing that, and this is I always talk to the team inside the office, the leadership team. I even ask them, like, why do you think Ron Aiosa wants to grow by 100? And I wait for their answer because I want to hear them. It brings me right back to the first question of success. So do I want to grow by 100 agents because I want a Ferrari? Let's be honest. I drive a Hyundai, okay? I'm not that guy.
You do?
Yeah. So I tell people all the time, like, there will be my day. I will have my toy one day, but I still got 3 more years of college with my youngest. And when I'm done, I'll get my toy, okay? I'm not focused on that. So my focus, if I grow by net 100, is I could pay staff members who I consider the team. I could pay you more money because there's more money coming into the market center. I can hire someone else, maybe 2 more people, take loads off of people's shoulders and make the whole thing grow a little bit more. I can have a bigger party at the end of the year because I get to fuel it with something. My agents all get to earn more profit share. We give away, like, I want to say the new net number is roughly 40-something, like 46, 47% of our profits.
Insane.
Every month. It's insane.
It is.
Well, I look at that and say, I get to do that. I get to give away that money. My personal goal has always been, with finances, earn, keep, save, give. Earn, keep, save, give. Earn $1 million, but if you earn $1 million, you don't keep it. Keep $1 million, so I got to earn more. Save $1 million, truly, it's there sitting there, so you can go do what you want with it, and give $1 million.
Right.
And so you know that if you get to the point where you're giving $1 million away, you've saved a lot more money than $1 million. You've earned a lot more money than that, right? So each step increases it. So when I look at those numbers, that net 100, Ron Aiosa is not sitting on top of a mountain looking down, right? Rising tide rises all ship. Everybody would do so much better. So that's why that has to be my goal. So that's my big focus shift for this year, is to move towards very significant growth.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So legacy, you said that. I love that. So.
Well, yeah, and I forgot, until just now that we talked about this at, oh my gosh,
I love you for remembering this.
It was at the ALC.
The clinic.
The clinic for 2026. Yes.
Do you recall what I said?
Yes.
For me, legacy-wise?
Your legacy is so that when you die someday, people remember you as the person who... I don't know if I'm getting this exactly right, but who gives from your heart for other people to have and to grow, something to that effect.
You're not far off at all. When I die and my name comes up, I really want to know that person smiled when my name came up. He did this for me. He did that for me. Yeah. He meant this to me. That is absolutely what I want my legacy to be. So when you tie that to what my focus is for this year, for you to be able to, any agent inside of our market center to say, he grew my income by $50,000, by $100,000. He helped me buy an investment property when I didn't even own my own home. Anything. He took me from 0 transactions to 15, 20 transactions. I know that if I achieve the growth goal, all of those other things come in. So legacy is all the agents get to look back and be like, Ronnie helped me do this. Ronnie helped me get there. Done. Not Ronnie had a Ferrari. No, I don't want that at all. At all. Maybe I miss Ronnie. He's in Italy for the rest of his life. That would be okay.
That's not a bad one.
I know you like that.
That was amazing.
Thank you. I want you to know, like, when you sent me this invite and then you said you were so excited, it's been a little bit since I've been able to do this. So, so I was super excited because I love it.
I have to say, I tripped up my words a little bit because I'm a little bit, nervous is not the right word, but I'm in your presence, and I'm always in your presence at the brokerage. It's different. This is like, I don't know. This is so exciting that,
and you're just such an awesome soul, right? And so we love that about you.
So we connect on that level.
Exactly. We connect on many levels, right? At the Christmas party, we connected on the fact that your daughter teaches my wife yoga.
Yes.
So we're very, very connected.
So funny. I love that. Sure. I love that. Too. And your whole family for that matter.
You. Good stuff. Thanks for having me today.
So thanks for this. This was incredible. I love you even more now. I don't even know how that's possible. But
thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
If today's conversation resonated with you, I encourage you to connect with Ron Aiosa and learn more about Keller Williams Prosperity at kwprosperity.com. And if this episode sparked a thought about leadership, growth, or direction in the year ahead, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure you subscribe to Living the North Jersey Lifestyle for more conversations that go beyond the surface.